The other 0-4 team is the Carolina Panthers.
There it is, yeah.
How about that? Minnesota Vikings beat the Panthers yesterday, 21-13. Vikings get their first win, and now they're 1-3 on the season and 1-3 in one-score games.
Yeah.
This year. Their first win in one-score games here. After going 11-0 last year, Vikings get the win. It was Panthers were in control. They were winning. It was 13. It was 13. Let's not get crazy here. 13-7 until 4:09 in the third. Bryce Young, I was just in my head like, hey, Bryce Young's doing a pretty good job. He's handling the pressure and all that, and he gets strip sacked by Harrison Smith. DJ Wadham brings it back for a 51-yard touchdown.
Yeah,
and that was the game winner for the Vikings. They tacked on another touchdown to go up by 8.
Right. So I think, yes, they were winning. Things had gone their way up until that point in the game. They had a Kirk Cousins pick 6. I forget who was the play. Did you see? So Kirk Cousins pick 6 being returned all the way. Cousins is the only guy that can make the stop, right? So Cousins is like making a beeline basically for his own pylon because he knows he's Kirk Cousins and he's running against a DB.
He took the right angle.
Yes.
I was very impressed.
The right angle was to head immediately for your own pylon.
Yeah.
Right?
The guy had the ball at the 2, and most people are going to run to their own 30.
Right.
And Cousins is like, no, I'm going to the 10,
yes,
my own 10.
He's looking to make a tackle his own 5-yard line immediately. It's actually quite impressive. Sort of piece of geometry in his own head.
On-the-spot geometry from Kirk was
But
beautiful.
whoever it was, I should find the guy's number, or the guy's name. There was a Carolina defender who, from his own 20-yard line, realized he had a chance to annihilate Kirk Cousins. That far out. And he went, that dude broke Usain Bolt's 100-meter record to get in front of everybody so that he could annihilate Kirk Cousins on a hit. And he saw it coming, from a mile away. Amazing play. Anyway, pick 6. They also had, safety Josh Metellus had back-to-back really good plays in coverage in the red zone. But one of them got negated by a holding penalty. So Carolina was kind of getting the break. The Vikings also, we talked about what their game plan was going to be in terms of blitzing going into this game. And remember, they had blitzed the ever-living crap out of everybody going in because they had no pass rush. I don't know if it was because Marcus Davenport was playing, but they really dialed back the blitz against Bryce Young's in the first half. And it wasn't really working. Bryce Young actually had a lot more time and was comfortable in the pocket and was looking reasonably good. But then the second half, they ramped it back up again. They had double the number of blitz plays in the second half than the first half. And the fumble that Bryce Young had on this strip sack, it was on a simulated pressure, Harrison Smith, obviously on the blitz, but they only rushed 4. They were getting much more creative and aggressive in the second half. And that worked.
Oh, yeah. I thought you had
something else. I thought I was going to continue that. And then I thought, you know what? That's the point I was making. The end. They blitzed more. And it worked.
You just end in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do wonder how much the Marcus Davenport thing was there, right? They spent, $13 million or whatever for the 1 year of Marcus Davenport to be their pass rusher opposite Donnell Hunter. Were they blitzing like crazy because he's been hurt? I thought they would blitz like crazy because they're facing Bryce Young. On Thursday, we'll talk about how they're facing Mahomes, and we'll see what they try to do there with the Chiefs. But, I thought Bryce Young was handling it pretty well until he didn't, I guess. Until the pressure did come back. This was the best Bryce Young game.
Yeah, it's because, like I said, they didn't blitz him at all, really, early on, and he handled that very well. And then when they started to get more aggressive, and not just aggressive by increasing the number of bodies rushing on any given play, but mixing it up with those simulated pressures and creepers and that kind of thing, right? That strip sack came on a simulated pressure. They only rushed 4 players on that play, but one of them was a safety, and that confused. They blitzed him late as well for the
fourth down.
Yeah, the fourth down sack. Another blitz.
Well, there
basically ends the game.
So the Panthers have the ball under 2 minutes. It's 2nd and 9, or 2nd and goal from the 9, I believe it was. And Bryce Young takes a 9-yard sack. That was when the Vikings kind of got in their bag a little bit. Harrison Smith ended up with 3 sacks, and this one blindsided Bryce Young from the arm side, right? As we know that could happen when you're looking left. And that was when it just started to catch up to him. So that turns into now it's 3rd and goal from the 18, and then it's 4th and goal from the 18, and a final sack to end the game. Whereas Harrison Smith beats Ike Ekwonu, right? And part of that's the deception, because this is where the blitzing works well. We'll see how aggressive the Vikings are going forward, but you have a down lineman over the left tackle. Did he drop? Because it got Harrison Smith a one-on-one with Ike, and he won it.
Yeah. And Ike Ekwonu didn't have a bad game, but that was obviously bad play.
Yeah.
It was interesting in terms of Minnesota's defensive scheme, because it's not that it hasn't been complex the first few weeks, but it's been basic in terms of we're going to be blitzing a lot, and that's it. And if you can find the gaps in that, go nuts. But this was much more of we're going to start off not really doing that at all, and then later in the game, we're going to mix it up an awful lot more, and that's when it started to cause problems for Bryce Young.
And all that said, I mean, the Panthers scored 6 points offensively. They had the pick six. That was also, Cousins hit Jefferson on a touchdown that got negated, and then comes back and throws that terrible pick six. The Vikings have a ridiculous number of red zone turnovers so far this year.
And fumbles.
Only 4 weeks in. And what?
Fumbles.
And fumble. They all seem to be in the red zone as well. So not the cleanest game for Cousins, but he certainly bounced back after that. And look, Vikings are just a better team at this point. I don't think the Vikings were ever as bad as an 0-3 team. I thought the Panthers, could be. And it's going to be interesting, because we didn't mind them trading up to get Bryce Young, and I don't think the book's written on him yet. But
no.
If the Panthers are missing pick 2, 3, or 4 next year, it's going to look rough.
I mean, I think you're seeing how problematic it can be to get that guy if you don't already have the number 1 pick. Like Carolina were picking 9, right? And I think they made the correct decision, which is, look, we're picking 9. We desperately need a quarterback. Let's go and be aggressive and go get the guy we want. But it costs them so much to do it that now the guy you pick just doesn't have a platform. He doesn't have a hope. So you've got this offensive line that's pretty rough, and you've got no receivers to throw to. And sure, a 15-year grizzled veteran like Andy Dalton can come in there and just through 15 years of experience be able to make some of that work to a reasonable degree. But a rookie quarterback can't really do that. So really, I don't think you can criticize them for recognizing the need, going after their guy. But I think what you do need to start asking is, if you're picking 9 or somewhere like that, like, are you so far away from number 1 that you're better off targeting 4? Like, would the Panthers have been better off trading to 4 and getting the 3rd quarterback on the board, who looks okay, than they were trading everything away to go get number 1, because now they're just so devoid of talent around him that he has no shot at success at the moment.
Yeah, might be quite the off-season discussion for the Panthers.